In the NFL, there are just some guys that it seems no matter what you may try to do, you just simply cannot stop them from being able to have a great game. Well, could the Detroit Lions have one of those players that's beginning to develop in Jameson Williams? We're going to talk about it in this episode, folks, so don't you dare go anywhere.
What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10, 5, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, old Detroit Lions fans, and welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike, and as always, we're diving on in. So for today's episode, folks, we are going to be talking about, once again, one of the most, I think, exciting players that is currently on the Detroit Lions player, and that is because of the fact that we simply have not seen his true full potential be realized. We haven't fully seen what this kid can really do on a football field at the NFL level, and that is Jameson Williams, the wide receiver that the Lions drafted at number 12 out of Alabama. Now, let's understand something here. Jameson Williams, when we drafted him, he came into the NFL with a lot of expectations. There were a lot of people that looked at him and said, man, this guy is a home run hitter. He is a guy that can literally turn the script. He can, flip a game literally after one play. Like, this is a guy that has the ability to really change things in an instant because that's the kind of a player that he is. He just has that capability. Now, that capability has remained there ever since he was drafted by us. The problem has been that ever since he has been drafted, he's not really had a whole lot of opportunity to really demonstrate and show what he can do. Again, I understand that the detractors are going to have issues with this episode. I understand the people that don't necessarily trust or are very short on patience for Jameson Williams at this point are going to have a little bit of a problem with this episode because of the fact that they feel like that, hey, at this point, we should not be still waiting for him to show something. He should have already shown something. And the reason why they're saying that is because, well, let's kind of take a look at the track record. Let's take a look at the history. Once we drafted Jameson Williams, obviously he came in, he was dealing with a torn ACL, and that pretty much scrapped almost 2/3 of his entire first year in the NFL. Then, as soon as we got into the second year in the NFL, Jameson Williams got suspended for a gambling violation where, again, I keep defending Jameson Williams on this. He didn't bet on NFL games. But he was caught, supposedly, betting on NFL, property or NFL facilities, and that's what got him in trouble. However, though, again, as it was found out, most NFL players were not 100% aware of the rules. Ever since then, there's been a couple of other incidents that have come here and there, and some people have just lost their faith. They've lost a bit of patience in waiting for Jameson Williams to develop. But I'm telling you this right now. This training camp has already really started to show what kind of a player, what kind of a weapon Jameson Williams can truly be. Because I'm telling you this right now, when you take a look at Jameson Williams at the start of this training camp without the pads, I understand people are also going to say, hey, David, the pads haven't even come on yet, so maybe you're jumping the gun. Maybe I am. But, dude, pads or not, you start seeing what this guy's able to do with the ball in his hands, how he's been playing in practice. I'm telling you, Jameson Williams, it looks like he has got a swagger about him right now. It looks like he has got a confidence about him where it's like, listen, no matter what anybody tries to do, you are not going to get him off his game. That's exactly what I have wrote down on my paper. He is playing his game. And again, the best way I can describe it is that now that he has had his time to, first and foremost, get everything situated with himself, he's not having to deal with any problems from the NFL, he's not having to deal with any injuries, He's just able to go out there and play his game. He doesn't have to worry or think about anything. He doesn't have to worry or think about himself in the offense. He doesn't have to worry or think about the NFL. He's just out there playing. He's just out there going full bore like he would just be playing in his own backyard. And when you're able to do that, you can be a special kind of player, especially if you have the skill set that he has. The best way I can describe it is that the Lions, being patient the way they have been, they've kind of given Jameson Williams a little bit of TLT. And if anybody knows what that phrase is from back in the 80s, it refers to a song called Time, Love, and Tenderness. They had to give Jameson Williams some time. They had to be patient with him. They also had to show him a little bit of love because, again, there have been people that have not been showing him some love. There have been people that have been, kind of dragging his name through the dirt over the last couple of years. And then again, they had to show him some tenderness because it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe you're not going to get things right away, but we're going to be patient with you. We're not going to jump all over your crap and throw up all over you. We're going to be tender about this. And again, now we're starting to see what kind of a player Jameson Williams can be at the next level. Again, we've been hearing reports that have been coming out from multiple different people, whether it's Justin Rogers, whether it's Tim Twentyman, and a couple of other people. They are talking about how Jameson Williams is just tearing it up in training camp, whether it's with medium routes, whether it's with deep routes, whatever the case might be. Jameson Williams looks focused. Jameson Williams has got a work ethic about him. Dan Campbell has talked about it. It looks like Jameson Williams is, like I've been saying, he is primed for a massive breakout season this year. And all that is good. That is awesome. But there was a report that came out yesterday, and unfortunately, I didn't find it anywhere else other than Woodward Sports, so I'm going to go with this, but there was a report that in practice, Jameson Williams said these words to defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn. And that's where the whole basis of this episode is coming from. The supposed quote is that Jameson Williams said to Glenn, "You have no one on your defense that can stop me." And when I heard that, I was just like, oh yeah, Jameson Williams is feeling his oats. Again, swagger, confidence. Jameson Williams right now is feeling like he is on top of the world. When you have the ability to reportedly, because again, we do not have 100% confirmation that this was actually said. This is a report. If Jameson Williams supposedly did say that, you are definitely feeling your oats. You are definitely feeling like you are on top of the world. And let's just call it for what it is. When you have been seeing the kinds of things that Jameson Williams has been doing in practice, the types of catches that he's been making, the types of plays he's been making, I understand, again, these are in pajamas. It's shorts, it's a freaking jersey, it's not full-on pads, it's not full go, but the point of the matter is that these are types of plays you want to see out of guys that are going to make plays when the pads come on. And again, you're seeing all of the things that made Jameson Williams such an exciting prospect when we drafted him. The very first thing you're seeing in this instance is the speed factor, but you're seeing it in a way that is not in the typical way we've seen it. Up until this point, the typical way we've seen Jameson Williams use his speed that has been really exciting is when the ball is in his hands on end arounds. We saw that happen quite a couple of times last year. The Lions would give the ball to him on an end around, whatever the case was, and he'd freaking take the ball 20, 30 yards the other way and sometimes score a touchdown. But now we're starting to see it when the ball is in his hands as a receiver after the catch, whether it's as a deep bomb, whether it's as a medium route, a short route, whatever the case is. We're starting to see what Jameson Williams was known for in Alabama with the ball in his hands after the catch. And again, that speed is really starting to come to life again. Then you're also starting to see the agility. You're starting to see the footwork. Dude, there was a video that came out. If I can find it, I'm going to put it up here with all these other videos that I'm talking about. But there's a video where it shows Jameson Williams is working on his footwork. And it's a drill that wide receivers do all the time. Unfortunately, I don't know the name of the drill. But if you take a look at Jameson Williams' feet, his feet are literally just boom, 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 boom. And he is not stopping. It seems as if he is 100% confident, he is 100% sure of every single step that he's doing, and then as soon as it's his time to break, boom, he's coming out of the drill and he's catching the football. You're seeing that this young man has now finally, it seems like he's finally I don't even know how to describe it, but he's finally at one with himself in the whole sense of playing at the NFL level. Again, one of the biggest things I've noticed with rookies that are coming into the NFL is that it takes them a little bit of time before they kind of get understanding of where they fit within a certain team, a certain system, whatever the case might be. But it feels like Jameson Williams has finally figured that out. And now that he has, he's just letting it loose. And when he's letting it loose, this is the result you're getting. But again, this leads into what I'm talking about, the versatility factor with Jameson Williams. We already know that this is a guy that, hey, if you want, you can put him on kickoff returns if you so want it. The Lions have not done that yet, but they could if they wanted to. This is a guy that we've seen, can freaking do the end arounds. This is a guy that, can run the ball in specially designed plays on offense. But now we're starting to see the wide receiver stuff come out, and that is where people are really getting excited. And they should be getting excited because of what we know is about to happen this year. We already know that the Detroit Lions have stated that he is going to have a massively expanded role and opportunity this year because he is going to be the wide receiver number 2 opposite of Amon-Ra St. Brown. Prior to that, pretty much the wide receiver number 2 job was held by guys like Josh Reynolds, DJ Chark, and other guys like that. Jameson Williams has not really gotten a chance to be the wide receiver number 2 until this point. This is his big year. This is his big moment. And it looks like he is fully taking grasp of that opportunity, and he's about ready to make a huge impact. And when you start thinking about it, the fact that the Lions are already seeing the results that they're seeing and us fans are seeing the results that we're seeing, it really is an exciting time because I'm telling you this right now, the one thing that I know Lions fans more than anything want to see is Jameson Williams uncork some damn bombs in this upcoming season. And that's one of the things that I think the Lions are trying to do as well, because Jared Goff has talked about the one area that he wants to get better at is opening up the deep passing game, opening up his ability to throw the ball a little bit better going on deep routes. And the fact that the Lions are already trying to work on deep passing patterns this early in camp shows me that that's also something they're trying to do as well. So the fact that the Lions are opening up the deep patterns just specifically for Jameson Williams, and the fact that Goff is talking about it, that right there is enough of an indicator, in my opinion, that tells me that is something that the Lions are really, really keen on adding to their offense going into 2024. We've seen the Lions do the short passing game really well. We've seen the Lions do the intermediate passing game really well. Now they're trying to add the deep shot games like the 40, 50-yard bombs. That is something that we haven't seen a whole lot of so far. We've seen it here and there with shots to guys like DJ Chark, Khalif Raymond, even Jameson Williams has gotten a few of these in the past. But it is not something that it's not something that you can count on every single game. That now sounds like something the Lions are going to try to do, or at least more often than what it has been. And again, that speaks also to the developing more of trust with Jared Goff. The chemistry is also there. Again, you guys go back, and I keep referencing this, but that throw that started this whole thing off with Jared Goff throwing that deep bomb to Jameson Williams, again, you take a look at the freaking replay. Jameson Williams is not having to slow down one iota to catch the pass from Jared Goff. It's like, dude, Jared Goff perfectly leads Jameson Williams with the throw, and all Jameson Williams has to do is literally catch, and he is still running. That is what you want to see. And it also shows that, one, Jared Goff is able to throw the ball deep to Jameson Williams, which is something that a lot of Goff detractors wanted to talk about because they all wanted to say, well, Jared Goff can't throw the ball deep. Jared Goff has no ability to get the ball deep to a guy as fast as Jameson Williams. That's already been proven wrong with the fact that he's done it to guys like Khalif Raymond and DJ Chark. But the fact that Jameson Williams is also now getting the recipient of these throws, it shows that that timing, that chemistry, that trust has been developed. It's been nurtured between Goff and Jameson Williams as well. Again, there's that picture that's out there that a lot of people are now using. It shows Jameson Williams and Goff are talking in the huddle or talking side by side, and it looks like a strong rapport with those two. It looks like they have really developed their chemistry, and we're starting to see that in this training camp. And I'm telling you, I can't wait for the regular season. So what do we have here? We have a guy that has clearly shown he has got that swagger, he's got that confidence, he's got that moxie about him where he is like, listen, I am ready to go. And what you have in Jameson Williams is a hungry player who is ready to lash out on an unsuspecting NFL. You got to understand something here. Ever since Jameson Williams has gotten into the NFL, he had been told constantly about how he is not good enough, about how he's a potential bust, about how he's not able to play in the NFL, or at the very best, he might be considered just a gadget player or a player that's only set for design game plans. I guarantee you this. Again, I've said this before about the Lions. They may not listen to what everybody else is saying, but they sure damn well hear what everyone is saying. And I guarantee you this. Jameson Williams has been keeping receipts over the last 2 years. He's ready to go out there and say, oh, you think I couldn't do this? You think I was not able to be this kind of a player? Okay, you are about to get a very nasty, very angry, very hungry Detroit Lion young cub that is going to go out there and he is, as the title says, he's going to be unstoppable. Like he said reportedly to Aaron Glenn, you have no one on your defense that can stop me. I guarantee you this, that thought process is going to apply to all the other defenses that he is going to go up against in this upcoming year. The best way I can think about, Jameson Williams' moxie right now, his thought process, think about how Kobe used to be called the freaking Black Mamba in the NBA. And everybody knew what was coming, but they couldn't stop him anyway. Think about it. And that was a name that I really loved with Kobe. Well, think about it. What's something you can describe with Jameson Williams? The best thing I can describe with him is like a death adder, because death adders are known to have the fastest strike out of all the snakes in the snake world. And they are one of the most deadly snakes too. So it's like, you take a look at Jameson Williams, this guy is literally going to be coming after people with swift precision. He is going to be coming after them with a hunger. I'm telling you, I can't wait to see what this kid does this upcoming year. I think it is going to be an absolutely special season for him, and I think that he absolutely deserves it because, like Dan Campbell has said and like we've been seeing, this kid has really put in the work. He's put on muscle. It looks like he's focused. He's done everything right so far. And it looks like he's primed to have a huge breakout season and to really show everybody what he can do. But anyway, folks, I just wanted to talk about this to start the day. Obviously, once we get to the afternoon session, we're going to start hearing what's coming out of training camp from the first padded practice. I can't wait to hear those results. I can't wait to hear that news. But until that time, I just want to say to everybody, thank you all for watching in another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, highly encourage you all to watch the next episode I got coming out, but also to watch any other episodes I've pushed out. Also want to encourage y'all, please, to subscribe. Again, it helps me out, and I'm ever so thankful for every subscription I can get. But I also want to encourage y'all to please, if you subscribed in the past and forgot to do this at the time, or you subscribed and you've not yet had a chance to do so, make sure you please hit that bell notification icon so that way you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Also want to encourage y'all, please, to share this content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook. Share it anywhere and everywhere you can with everybody and anybody that you can. The more we share it, the greater the channel has a reach, the greater the channel has a spread, and the more we're able to bring people into the show. And with that being said, I just hope to everybody that you guys are having a great day. I hope you all got something that makes your life happy, makes you guys smile, and I hope you all have enjoyed the content. God bless. And until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.